Hey guys, this is Josh Ezell. Going to be doing some follow-up calls
Sorry, your call
with some
cannot be
leads.
completed
So,
when dialed. Please check the number.
and apparently starting off with one that's not quite good. So, move on to the next one. Schedule. Do this one for this month. All right. Here we go. What happened? Um, there we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I please speak with Sharon?
it's her.
Hey Sharon, this is Josh Ezell with Breakthrough Real Estate. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's been a really, really long time since I followed up with you. Do you remember me?
Yeah, I do. I actually have friends that just came back here to Minnesota, and they live in Buckeye, so we kind of. Yeah, I know exactly who you are. I was going to buy something out there at one time.
Yeah. I was just checking in because it's been a long time, and I now have my own brokerage, and I actually found a bunch of my old contacts from my old brokerage. So I'm just following up with a bunch of old leads, I guess, to see if they're looking and seeing how they're doing, I guess. So.
I know what you're doing. I'm actually in real estate here. I moved here from Georgia. I'm back in Minnesota where my kids live. And the real estate business is booming. So it's really
Yeah.
busy here.
Yeah. What part?
But
What area are you in?
I am about 30 minutes west of Minneapolis.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I have several of my investors are all in that. I mean, they go where the money is. And yeah, certain parts of that area are. I mean, they're picking up homes. One of them in particular, I'm trying to remember the exact. I don't remember the exact city they're in. It has, just like everything in Minnesota, has something to do with a lake.
Yeah, well, there's 10,000 lakes.
Yeah. It's Lake something or something Lake. I forget the name of the city, but they're picking up places for like 40, 50,000, dumping like 15, 20 grand into them, and then doing carrybacks. Is that
Uh,
common?
it could be up north, where there's a lot of lakes and there's a lot of country, and some places are pretty shabby, so they go in, pick them up, and then,
Yeah.
and then fix them up and then resell them.
Yeah, they're getting in there, purchasing them and fixing them up for under $100,000, and then rather than just actually selling them right out, they're trying to carry back as much as possible at the same time. So they're trying to make it as much of a win for them as possible. I wish I could remember the city. It's one of my main investors. He lives in California, and at this point, he has properties all over the place. But specifically, he was just touting like the whole Minnesota, and he's still doing a bunch in Michigan as well, of course.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Well, I live in kind of a bedroom community of 15,000, and it's kind of a lot of retirees from the city move here, and it's just got everything you need under one roof, and close. But the one
wonderful.
thing they don't have is rentals or anything for people. I'm not into rentals, but there's no rental place here that even a resource to go to. So an investor we were just talking, I said, an investor could come in here and just put a bunch of, not rental, like townhomes, because we have a lot of really but small homes, and rent, because there's nothing here to rent. Everything just goes in a second.
yeah. So are you saying that there's actually a need for people to build more basic kind of affordable housing for rentals, or are you saying that an investor could come in and buy a bunch and rent them out and he would make it do pretty good?
Well, I mean, he could buy probably buy a house, small houses in here, but it's not cheap. See, they're not cheap around here because of the weather, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they're just built stronger than like in Arizona or down south, you know.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
no,
they have.
I mean,
They have to be. Stucco wood homes are actually like the worst built homes possible. I mean, realistically, have you ever seen that show Life After People?
yeah.
It was one of I've only seen like one or two episodes, but one of them I happened to catch was they were comparing block homes versus stucco homes versus wood homes, you know, the complete variations. And stucco homes, not even 30 years. Like once they start deteriorating, they deteriorate exponentially. Whereas block homes will be around, you know, 100 years plus. They'll just be covered in plants and stuff, but they'll still be around.
Yeah. Kind of like the three pigs. Anyway, I was just talking to my broker. I said, well, I need to invest in some little, you know, not townhomes, not a townhome or anything, but little small homes on smaller lots, you know, for people who, because a lot of times people don't really want to, you know, they want to rent, you know, because then they don't have all the stuff. The baby boomers, I guess, is who I'm talking about.
Yeah, the overhead, the maintenance, and yeah, they're all reaching that age where they're trying to, you know, go from 2-story homes to 1-story homes, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, if you ever come across anything great, please keep my number handy. I do right now. You know, I launched the brokerage about 2 years ago. We have 16 agents, which you know we're they're all doing quite well. But specifically speaking, my niche is investors, and so right now we have we'll go where the money is. So if you find a need somewhere, let me know, and we'll try to make it happen. That's awesome.
All right. Well, I am down here in Keller Williams, Integrity Northwest. They're out of Otsego, and that's with the broker I work for. And it's been a real experience. Oh my gosh, everything's paperless, crashing up. You know, I just got back into real estate, and God, I think I got 6 transactions going, and it's like I'm going nuts.
Oh, good for you! Like 6 in escrow, basically.
I got, I have like 3 listings. 2 of them are already pending. I've got, you know, 3 buyers, you know, and they're already pending. And it's just like,
oh wow, yeah, your average agent sells 4 homes a year, so you've got more right now than your average agent does in a year. Dang good job.
Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know anybody in town. I'll tell you what I did. I wrote personal notes to people. That's the only way I could get clients because I only know my daughter.
Yeah. Did you? Are you like farming a particular area or?
Nope. I just pick a neighborhood and send out 10 a day.
See, so smart. It's not. Our business is not hard. You just have to be willing to do stuff, and that's it.
I'm the best writer in the world either, you know. And I just thought, I'll start with my neighborhood, and I have one listing that I got, and it sold in 3 days.
Great job.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm telling you, it was really good, but I got it from the class, you know, that I took at Keller Williams. And if you follow everything, it works.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, although I never went with Keller Williams, when I first got started, I based my business off of the MREA, and that's what I based it off of. And I wouldn't have a career without it. But, yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, Gary Keller's book.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They have all these acronyms. I'm too old. But yeah, it's a good book.
Absolutely.
It's a book that we learned the class from. So, you know, they just have a lot of education, you know.
Yeah.
Just the key. But,
Yeah. Well, if you ever decide to come back to Arizona, I know it would be hard to pry you away from Keller Williams because once you drink the Kool-Aid, it's hard to take them. But you definitely would have a great home waiting for you here. Based on just that little work ethic and what you mentioned, that is it. You're going to do fine. That if only every agent would just do those simple things. Yes.
Well, the thing is I'm in my late 60s, and it's like, I am really getting old to do this. But I forget things. But, you know, it's kind of fun to get back in there now that I'm
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So anyway, I'll tell you what, Josh, send me your, I think I get emails from you periodically, but if you got my email, it's squilty1950 at kw.com.
Now KW, not AT&T anymore. Gotcha.
I
KW.com.
don't even look at AT&T anymore, and I get so much junk mail coming in. But send me your information, I'll put it in my database, and I'll send you a line when I get yours.
Sounds great.
If I get a client that's going out that way, a lot of people from Minnesota go to Arizona.
Yes.
And, you know, if I get somebody looking to buy out there, I'll refer them out to you.
I'll gladly send as many referral fees your way. Absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Aaron. Bye.